It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, if I retire from rapping, how many of y'all will really miss me? My swing is incredible, feel like Timberland and Missy. Some niggas owe me money for the style, bitch, I'm Fendi, that's a double entendre. Y'all better put some respect on me, DJ Envy, like Jesus and Meryl. I'm a king, I'm a pharaoh, frequently leading this era. Greatness be seeping through the mirror, hold my image and my likeness. My family tree strong as Osiris, I bought hard on them haters like tendonitis. Been my own man, creating avenues like Rosecrans. Y'all niggas stick to the script, I switch up the program. I hold bands in both hands and dance with your main chick, no romance, I'm so advanced. If I tell you hit the bricks, I mean it. I hate extra niggas around me, shit is inconvenient. I'm sitting in the name, it's my head getting bigger than freedom. We sing it for freedom, the money weighing in like Keenan. A record sale. I flip streams of income like heads or tails. I spit crack like eggshells. Your girl stay chirping like Nextel. The block stay buzzing like I'm serving a fish scale. Either make a purchase or serve a purpose. The boy blaze trails like Nick Nurkic. Shout it type thick like 6 burgers. If she don't feel the kid, it's a disservice. I'm pinning more hits than Keith Urban. This shit working. Had to steal the beat from Flow. I don't keep it low. Best on either coast. Try me, you could be a ghost. Slick like nematode. Swing like Ichiro. Now you trying to sell a fake book. What you be Simone? If they rapping, I don't trust them. Try to stab me in the back, my chiropractor gon' adjust them. Anytime you play a beat, I'm just enhancing the production. With the way I eat, I got to hand you that concussion. Ain't no justice.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be getting into Travis Scott, as he has now broken his silence about being dissed on So Be It by Pusha T, and he is now offering his side of the story and his side of the situation of when he went to, I believe it was Paris at the LV headquarters with Pharrell and the Clipse. And he says that things played out a little bit differently, and he basically said, if you got to use me and my name for your rollout, so be it. So he decided to use the same term used on the song and flip it and reverse it. All right. Now, this could get interesting because honestly, this actually falls in line with some of the things that Pusha T was saying during the album rollout, especially as it pertained to Travis Scott. He said he don't respect rappers that don't rap. Well, instead of rapping, he decided to go do a Rolling Stone interview and talk, right? So that plays directly into what it is that Pusha T had to say about Travis. I'm not a huge Travis Scott fan. I think he's very disingenuous. I think he's actually one of the fakest rappers in the music industry. Anybody who goes around smiling in people's faces, stealing their music, stealing their beats, taking credit for their music, taking credit for their beats, smiling in a nigga face, then pop up with a nigga on your song going head at the dude you were just smiling in the face of with no heads up, no call, no text, no warning, no nothing. You got to be a fake motherfucker. Okay? But let's pull up the interview nonetheless to see what it is that he's got to say. So here on the cover story, they say Travis Scott helped build the sound of the 2010s. Okay. His next era is already in motion. Now, I would be completely hating if I said that Travis Scott was not impactful, that he wasn't popular, that he, wasn't a major player in the last 10 years. I would be lying. Do I like his music? Not particularly. Do I like his rap style? Not particularly. But he is definitely his style in the way that he's used auto-tune, I guess, has been somewhat influential, if that counts for anything. Okay? So they saying, just like that, I'm back in high school, parked out front of some kid's parents' house, hotboxing in the backseat of an SUV, except this is Travis Scott's custom Rolls-Royce Cullinan, featuring a bespoke two-tone exterior complete with a candy green Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament and a custom monogrammed interior. We're parked in front of a sprawling 18,000 square foot brutalist mansion, which belongs to the founder of Oakley Sunglasses and is currently for sale. Scott, an architecture buff, is here to tour the place, and he slyly suggests to see if he might to see if it might become his own. Right now, though, he's seated next to me in the rows, casually making a few well-packed spliffs disappear into plumes of smoke. All right? Now, I'm not finna read this whole passage. I'm gonna be honest with you. Other people have gotten that courtesy. Travis Scott will not. Okay? So hopefully they have an actual Q&A, or they have this on video. If they got it on video, that's even better. Let me see. Hold on. Doesn't look like that segment is actually in the video, interestingly enough. Why? I don't know. But let's scroll through here. Try to get to it, because they, it's a cover story, so they're definitely going to boost him up and talk about his career and all of those different things, but that's just not what we here for, you know what I'm saying? So here we finally got to it. So they say last year, Cactus Jack released its second compilation album, Jack Boys 2, which debuted at #1 on the charts. Fans' reaction to the project online, however, was mixed. So he responds to the mixed reviews for the project. He says, I'm hearing that maybe they wanted it to feel like a solo album. Scott says, this is just an album where you were in a group of different people, and I love that. I think the album is dope as shit. Not my vibe. Jack Boys 2 arrived at a particularly contentious time last summer, weeks before it was set to drop. Clipse released the single So Be It, which takes direct aim at Scott. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Pusha T raps on the track, referring to Scott's ex. Her utopia had moved right up the street. The jab came because Scott had been pulled into Pusha's long-running feud with Drake. On Utopia's meltdown, Drake's verse throws shots at Pharrell Williams, Pusha's close collaborator. Not close collaborator, childhood friend. Okay? How about that? Close friend. Not just collaborator, but real-life ties. In interviews, Pusha suggested Scott once crashed his recording session with Williams to play them the album, but intentionally omitted Drake's verse. So here we get into Travis Scott disputing that. He says, when you go back and look at it, it's crazy. Nigga said I had a film crew with me. I'm like, what? I remember when I pulled up, it was them niggas that had a film crew, he says. I'm talking about the little microphone on the stick and all that. I was like, oh shit, am I in a documentary? Clipse documentary on the way for the album. Let God sort them out. As for not playing Drake's meltdown verse for them during the listening session, Scott says the verse hadn't come in at that point. A lot of shit Pusha was saying just didn't make sense to me. It was like he was saying I was interrupting shit and I was playing them shit. First of all, I can't interrupt something that somebody asked me to come pull up on, he says, noting that Pharrell specifically invited him to the session. So when I hear that type of shit, it's just like, I don't know, man. If you got to drop Trav name for the rollout, so be it. So here's my thing with this. And from his perspective, based on what he's saying here, he basically feels like he was blindsided with getting shot at from Pusha T, right? He claims that the film crew was not his, but theirs. He also claims that the Drake verse wasn't even in yet, so there was nothing for them to hear from Drake. Only problem is, why you ain't contact a nigga when that bitch did come in? What about that part? Why you ain't running by, nigga? You want to come in here play music so much? Well, let's talk music, nigga. How you let that man diss me like that? And not even how you let him diss me like that, but how you let him diss me like that and not give me a heads up. Like, hey, man, I think this nigga shooting at you on my album. You know, it's what it sound like to me. I just want to let you know, I like the verse. I think it's cool. But if he's shooting at you, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let you know. I wanted to give you a, you know what I mean? A courtesy call at least. so that you don't got to hear it with the rest of the world. I want to get ahead of the situation because I'm keeping the fucking verse on my project. At least stand on your shit. I'm keeping the verse, but I'm going to give you a courtesy call to say, hey, man, I just want to let you know what's being said before everybody else find out. You know what I mean? That shit takes 40 seconds on the phone. So don't be trying to do no clean up, everybody do your share type of shit after the fact, nigga. The song is old at this point. Pusha came out and spoke on it, and now you want to speak on it. A year later. Okay? So they say, in the past couple of years of industry drama in hip-hop, Scott has at least tried to stay more or less neutral, which is partly why Pusha's comments were surprising. He says, I've always been a person who tried to put the best worlds all together. And I just think when worlds come together, the music just sounds so ill. You got to think, man, rap is only, 51 years old? That's just young as hell. It's a genre that's still growing, so people are really trying to see the growth of it. But we don't give a fuck what you talking about. You gave 2 sentences of response, and you found his comments to be so surprising, but you didn't delve any deeper. That had to be an editor's decision to like not move forward, or his decision to say, hey, you can keep this piece, but the rest of it gotta go. Ain't no way that nigga ain't say nothing else about the situation. Right? But I think that's all he said. He's trying to allege that Pusha's not speaking on the situation accurately. I'm going to put it politely, Travis Scott. You get your ass back up out of here. You take your ass on home or whatever studio you need to get to. Make your little bouncy stuff. Do your vocal synthesizers and auto-tune and shit. Do your little tinkering and trinkling and all that shit that you do for your fans. You stay the fuck away from this thing that we call hip-hop. You keep raging. You keep bouncing and dancing and jumping on stage. You keep the fucking pyro coming when you get on stage. Go do that shit. Keep your ass far away from what the fuck we got going on over here with your non-rapping ass. All right? If you're going to speak on a situation, you just going to give 2 sentences? What's the explanation for the verse? You're going to say, well, the verse wasn't in yet. All right, so what happened when the verse came in, nigga? What you got to say about that? And as it pertains to Pusha T feeling like you impeded or interrupted something that was going on, maybe Pharrell did give you the invite. But that don't mean them niggas wanted your ass there, as in the Clipse. You know, maybe Pharrell wanted you to hear what they was working on, not vice versa, because they say they was taken aback by how excited you was to play your shit. They was in the middle of record. And they like, this nigga done hooked up to the motherfucking thing and want to play his music. Who is this nigga? Nigga, we linking up for good times, for old time's sake in here, putting together, you know, a motherfucking cultural moment. Who is this nigga coming in with a briefcase and all this shit? So I can see how that could go, and I can see that being a miscommunication. I can see that being a mix-up on Pharrell's part, because maybe he was just excited for somebody to hear what they was cooking up, and maybe he didn't communicate to Clipse like, yo, Travis Scott coming in. And if they was shooting a motherfucking documentary, we now want to know, or let me speak for myself, I want to know what they was shooting. What's the ETA? We need a Clipse documentary. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's going to be tied to let God sort them out, or if it's going to be something bigger that's attached. Because, Malice and Push, they did say in their album rollout interviews that they were eager to get back in the studio and do it again. So maybe the documentary is going to be spread out over the course of a couple of projects rather than just one. Getting into the lifestyle and the post-release and then coming back to it. I don't know, but I need that. Lifelong Clipse fan here. I need that. But again, Travis, go get your hair rebraided. Go do something productive with your time. Stay the fuck out of here. Okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. And again, look out for me on Culture United tonight with the company man Justin Hunt. Alongside an illustrious crew, we got D1 coming through. We got Brian, a.k.a. Z, coming through. Old homie. What's good? Right? You got El Janelle and the LATM pod. All right? So we're going to be on that bit tonight, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah. Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built.